Hello, welcome to Kushti TV, the straight talking YouTube channel, bringing to you the gifted one, Britain's most ever talented fighter. A life that started in tragedy and ended in tragedy. Born in Jamaica 1954, his mum was carrying this baby right towards the end of her pregnancy, 9 months, and she had an accident falling off a bike. And this character in question would start his life with very, very difficult circumstances. Struggled walking, learning difficulties, clear problems due to the accident. But he had some sort of character DNA deep inside of him. He was a fighter. That will be discovered in Britain. He moved over from Jamaica to Nottingham area as a little boy, around a 9-10-year-old, and he had an appetite and a love for boxing, yeah? And he quickly went through the ranks, and his finest amateur hour was against Vernon Solis in the 1972 ABA final. Vernon Solis, a very, very good fighter, yeah, and the character in question done the business with his ABA champion. Can you guess who it is? Very, very disappointed not to be selected and go on and emulate his hero, Muhammad Ali. Very, very disappointed not to be selected for the Olympics. But as a result, he turned professional. Of course, it is the gifted one, Kirkland Laing. Turned professional in 1975. Won numerous amounts of British titles through a long-lasting career. A career that was up and down, literally like a roller coaster. This was brought on by his appetite for the love of cannabis.
What they say is he's too generous. Yeah, I'm alright, man. But
Drink, gamble, yeah, and he locked a bird as well, yeah. A real character, but so talented. Some epic fights with Colin Jones who didn't go his way. Kirkland Laing, the gifted one, could fight with his hands down, reflexes, and just move. Absolutely gifted in every sense of the word. Yeah. Now, finest hours, numerous amounts of British titles. 1982, Andrew Stone, the brilliant Roberto Duran, Andrew Stone. Our gifted one, yeah, Kirkland Laing, done the business on him in Detroit City, over 10 rounds. That's how good he was. You've got to bear in mind, Duran come back and had a split decision, close narrow defeat to the great Marvin Hagler after that fight. So he's very much in the race. I think he was aged about 32, Duran. A couple of years later, he had a split decision with Hagler for the world title. So a serious win. In fact, it was deemed the upset of the year by World Boxing, yeah? Yeah, so fantastic. This is how good this man was. And but when he take a step forward, he would take often two back. Go missing from training. Love these guns. I actually watched him fight in 1984 as a boy. I watched him fight against Darwin Brewster over 8 rounds at Wembley Arena. I was ringside with my dad and my brother. I had a fantastic. I was talking to his brother Tony Laing. Now Tony, a British champion himself. Not many people know this. Name these two brothers, British titles. They go Finnegans. They go people that nearly done it. The Collins brothers. These brothers, Tony and Kirkland, British champions. But we're focusing on the gifted one, Kirkland. And that night, the pleasure of watching fight ringside. Had his brother actually told us. He said, me and my brother, 5 weeks max, sometimes 2 weeks, smoke, and yeah, just zone in even for a big fight, only 5 weeks. That was actually verbally told. And we were invited back to a party in Hackney that night and with the boys. They were very nice fellas and offered us to go back. We were with our dad. I was only the age of 14 or something, so and I wasn't meant to be going partying in the east side of London, right? But the offer was there and fantastic. So I actually met him, but career went up, and as I say, it was two steps forward and 2 steps back. Roller coaster because of his lifestyle. His other finest fight, numerous. I remember him beating travelling fighter Georgie Collins, who know George, a bit from old end. Other friend of mine, Rocky Kelly, beat him for the British title. Rocky, local West London boy. Yeah, it's just fantastic to watch. He could just fight with his hands down, literally. In fact, he was asked to, Terry Lawless used to try and tie his hand up and to get him to hold his hands up, but he just never had the freedom. Okay, he did come unstuck on occasion, but not many. And even at the age of 36, after a very hard career in 1990, Antoine Fernandez for the European title. Our gifted one went out there and done the business on him. yeah, Kirkland done the business, knocked him out, become European champion. So he done it all except the world. He never got a world title fight, but he was fantastic. He's one of my favourite other fighters, and having met his brother and watched him fight, you know, he's always dear to me. But I think he was everybody in Britain, and one of the kindest, nicest fellas. So a life that started in tragedy, pretty much ended in tragedy. 2013, Steve Bunce was doing an interview with him, and they were out having a beer somewhere. Just very shortly after that, was just hours or days, I think, mysteriously had fallen, or did he fall? Nobody sort of knows. Was he pushed from 4 stories, from a balcony in a flat in East London, 4 stories up, down, and it didn't result to his death, but it resulted into his life was tragically never the same. He ended up dying in a care home. Well, he took unwell in a care home in Nottingham and died in East Yorkshire in an attempt to save his life, aged just 66. So if you imagine up to 56, he was still rolling out there enjoying his life, but it was all taken away from what had happened, the tragedy. Mystery still surrounds that situation. Was there foul play involved? It's very much suspected but never proven. But the gifted one, you know, the dance master, he really could stand in somebody's face, and you know, just watch him shadowbox. Once, his hands down, and you think, hold on a minute, has this bloke ever put a pair of gloves on? He literally just, you know, just done it all the other way, all the wrong way, and until he got in there, he just knew exactly what he was doing. Very more often than not. And if the gifted one, you know, we do say the talented ones are the hard ones to rein in, and if this guy had a little bit more dedication, no doubt. In fact, the best fighter I'd ever seen, rounded, pound for pound, ever, is Sugar Ray Leonard, in my opinion, only my opinion. And Sugar Ray Leonard said, when he retired, he said, I'm going to retire from the welterweight division, and I want to leave the path clear for Britain's Kirkland Laing to become champion of the world. So if Sugar Ray Leonard believed and thought you'd become champion of the world, that's exactly what I thought.
Yes, people been saying to me I'm the greatest thing since Sugar Ray Leonard. Everywhere I go, I get it.
The year is 19.
And he would have. But we're left with some a sad story, but a lovely man that loved
Yeah, I'm alright, man. But
life, and who had so much in the middle. 66 years, I think 56 of that was a lot of fun if you eliminate his start and his finish. So it was a tough start, tough finish. But hope you've enjoyed it. This is a story of the gifted one, in my opinion, Britain's most talented ever fighter, Kirkland Laing. Rest in peace, my friend, and thanks for the memories. In the meantime,